All right, a pause in the action on the Eric Zane Show podcast to talk about Factor. Okay, there was a time not that long ago where I would spend a lot of time on, let's say, a Sunday, like hours, getting food ready for the week, prepping so that I could have something ready to go in a nice, convenient container. Problem with that is I'd spend a whole Sunday doing it. It was expensive. And frankly, I was eating the same food all the time. So it's easy to figure that after a couple of weeks, I kind of gave up on that. Now, I remember all the time thinking it would be great if I could have food delivered to me. I don't have to lift a finger to make it. And it's prepared by chefs. And it's fantastic and so convenient and so delicious and fresh, never frozen. Voila! Factor. Look, I know you love supporting me. That's one of the key things that makes a podcast survive is when you support who's doing the show. I want you to just try this, and you are going to be so happy. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. That's Zane50. And then use code Zane50, and you're getting this for 50% off. That's how badly I want you to try this, just so you can see how easy and convenient and awesome Factor is. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Oh, and I'll include the link in the show notes of this podcast. This November, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. You are eating amazing food. You're eating well. It's so fantastic. Again, factormeals.com/Zane50 and use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Okay. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. In Gallatin, Tennessee, this morning was 21 degrees. Here in Hudsonville, Michigan, is like 26. So where Kenny lives, it's 21 degrees. Are you kidding me? Something wrong with it. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, that's, wow. Hey, the cold spot, Gallatin, Tennessee. Brother, don't worry. It's temporary. You'll have the warm 70-degree days in winter very, very soon. Damn it. 21 in the middle of fucking Tennessee? Holy shit. Yeah, you're getting right now what we got yesterday. It's going to be a little warmer today where I'm at. Chris in Buffalo, where it's just another planet. It says weather is cold and hearts are colder. I don't know if hearts are colder because I am right now going to take a look at the tote board on the Great Food Giveaway number 4. And actually, the name is slightly different this year. It's Great Food Giveaway with Tampons number 4. As you know, we are going to feed 100 families with a fantastic Christmas meal, which will include an 8-pound honey-baked ham or whatever the hell it is, pumpkin pie, gravy, potatoes, 10-pound bag of potatoes, the King's Hawaiian rolls, and cans of corn for 100 families. The hams alone are $2,511.60. The pies are $649. The gravy is $359 for 100 jars. Potatoes are $559 for 100 bags. The rolls, $469 for 100 packs of rolls. 200 cans of corn is $138. That brings a total to $4,685.60, minus the cost of as many feminine hygiene products as we can get. Megan from Irvine's, where this event is happening on the 21st of December. I think we're going to start at around 3 p.m.-ish. Said, hey, you know, a lot of people who are underprivileged, you know, those feminine hygiene products, are a real commodity that sometimes they cannot afford. So at the end of the day, what do you think about raising some cash for that? I go, well, yeah, that's a great idea. Why not? Anything that blocks something gross is a great idea. Diapers also were great, a great idea. Diapers are a great idea, but you see, sometimes it's difficult to give away the diapers because so many different sizes and it's just kind of a pain in the ass. You got the kid who's, it depends on the kid's age. Tampons are tampons. Anybody can, well, not anybody can use those, but you get the right idea. So Megan is in charge of feminine hygiene products on the great food giveaway number 4 with tampons. Also in attendance will be the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance, which is a army of volunteers who help the pet population stay fed and housed. Now, they're called the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance. I think they started maybe as that was their thing, but it's for all pets, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits, dogs, any type of dog. You ever see those videos where someone posts on TikTok, it says vicious pit bull attack, and they hold their finger up to a pit bull and the dog just goes and just barely puts his teeth on it? Well, anyway, $4,685.60 is the goal for the food for all of those families. Talked to Mike Ball yesterday. He goes, yeah, we got to get on TV well before the event takes place, Eric. I go, I know, that's always the struggle. TV stations always want to, get video of us when we're actually giving the food away. But that doesn't really help, I mean, we need it before the event so that people will know about it. So they kind of want to get the coverage of us giving it away because it's people like to see that, but that's not that doesn't really help. I mean, thank you, but I doubt anybody's going to wait, have that in their mind for one full year that we're back doing it. We need something to remind them. So I go, you're right, Mike Ball. I'm working on that. Kyler is back in attendance. He says, nothing like joining into tampon talk. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. We're trying to help people, Kyler. But I'm glad you're here. I guess Tracy had a medical procedure. He described it as getting her foot cut off. No, she's getting a screw and a plate. Tim writes, I just want to see Eric go up to a car and ask him if they need tampons and then ask if they need light flow or high flow. I've never really gotten a look, studied the packages. I just do what my wife tells me back in the day when she had to use those. And she used to say, get me the super absorbency. I think that's what they say on them. I don't think it says high flow on the package or heavy flow. That's a weird collection of words. That just, what do you call it? Gives you an image in your brain. Those are words in your marketing if you're own a company that makes tampons that you don't want to put on the box high flow or heavy flow or high gush. I'm thinking no one would buy the tampons that are labeled high gush. Tyler says, I make my wife send me a picture of the exact package that she needs. I'm not taking any chances with that shit. So true. Tyler Also adds, are we naming these events like the paintball events now? Great food giveaway for the Vag Blood Offensive. Well, I think you just did, Kyler. I think as far as I'll go, that's like unofficial. I think that as far as I'll go on the official title of what we're doing here is Great Food Giveaway number 4 and tampons. With tampons. Maureen says tampons have sizes too, you know. Yeah, I know. But in a pinch, you could probably get away with it. I know, not all vaginas are created equal. Some of them are large, and you can put the tampon in, and it gets, it turns sideways, and that's a problem. All right, that concludes the tampon portion of the show, but I do want to go over the tote board, like I said, because we need a lot of cash. $4,685.60. And I have actually where you can help out. I've got PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Cash App and Venmo are the most preferred. I found this out yesterday. PayPal, first of all, they take a fee. Like Sir Bob of Oliver donated $150, but what will be spent on food is only $145.51. So if you can avoid PayPal, that would be perfect. Thank you, Bob. I'm not gonna mention what everybody gave, but in fact, I probably shouldn't have there. I should leave to the imagination, unless you say, "Hey, I want you to mention me." But PayPal is the most preferred. Also is Cash App. Wait a minute. I just said the opposite of what I wanted to say. Forget that I said that. PayPal is the one that you don't want to use. You want to use Venmo or Cash App. I think that on PayPal, if you choose the option for friends, it might not take a fee. But I'm not entirely clear on that. Also on PayPal, if it's $600 or more, they're going to hold it, and then they're going to collect 24%. So avoid that. Please. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who have donated. There's one for a $100 donation on PayPal. It comes out to $97.01. I mentioned Bob's $150 came out to $145.51. Everything else are whole numbers. The whole numbers are 100, 50, 150, 200, 100, and 1,000. There was a $1,000 Venmo donation, putting us, as of right now, at $1,842.52, putting a serious dent after day one in the $4,685.60 total that we need for the food. If we hammer this out as quickly as possible, then it's pretty much tampon money. And we can buy as many tampons as we want. So as of right now, we need $2,843.08 as of right now. So dig deep, throw it into the hat. We'll take that money, buy the food, buy the tampons for Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. on Thursday, December 21 at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. We always are looking for volunteers to help give away the food. We're going to have to box the food. You know, everything gets kind of arranged. People pull up. Hey, here's your food. You need any pet food? Okay, here's your pet food. How's the bleeding scenario? And then sometimes if you look like on the seat, you can actually see that they're really in need of a tampon. So you can give them tampons. I'm very, very excited about this. That's a great start. Thank you to everyone who has given and has even thought about giving. Every dollar counts. I don't want you to think that you feel bad because, you know, your situation only allows you to throw $5 in our hat. I'll keep it private and just know that you helped. And to me, the person who only has that type of scenario where they can only throw $5 in, I love them the most because I know that hurts the most. And that's very, very sweet and kind. And if you cannot, don't think for a second that there's anyone judging you. If you can't give a dime, we're not thinking about that. Okay? And don't you dare feel bad if you just cannot. Damn it. That would be ridiculous. So you just let us handle this. We'll take care of it. If you can't do it, don't even worry about it. This will be taken care of before you know it. And then off we go. I'm very, very excited about this as always. This all started when Dennis, I believe, is his name Dennis? Dennis Porter? Denny Porter. Denny Porter said, I want to help on Thanksgiving. And then I said, well, we're too close to it. Let's wait till Christmas. And then I was in L.A. giving the kidney away, and he reached out again. He said, hey, I want to buy somebody a Christmas meal. And I talked about it on here, and I think one of you said, hey, let's do a big food drive. And then that was it. Again, the great ideas on the show always happen from someone else. Thank you. And so while there, I made a couple phone calls, and it really wasn't a lot. This is all you. And then the only bad part of it is the former Zaniacs were there. And so they were shooting heroin in the parking lot and pulling their teeth out and trying to steal the food. So that was bad. Thank God they're gone. And then now we have the rest of the normal people to actually help with the giveaway. Last year, we even went ahead just to give the big fuck you to them because we don't need them and doubled the amount of food we gave away. However, it was too much to give away in one day. So we scaled it back, which is remarkable because I don't remember the dollar amount on last year being more than the dollar. I don't think it was $4,685. I'll have to go back and search the emails. Maybe it was. I can do a quick search, see if I can find it. The actual quote. Josh. No, I can't seem to find it already. Wait, maybe. No. Weird. But anyway, we'll feed 100 people thanks to you. And giveaway, it's great food giveaway number 4 with tampons. Wasn't the Mel Trotter the first thing you did? That's when I loaded up my work van with the frozen turkeys. Joe Martinez is here. Yes, that's exactly right. But that was that was affiliated with iHeartMedia. They do an event every year called the Turkey Drop, where you drop off turkeys at Celebration Cinema. And I was participating in that, helping, and we bought a ton of them. A ton of turkeys. And then dropped them off there. That was a fun time. Aram says, I may go back a year to see what the amount was. Yeah, please do. I'm curious as to what it was, too. Megan says, the great sock giveaway was fun. Yes, we had all those socks to give away from Bombas. We walked around town giving away socks to people. Tyler says, perhaps Hurricane Ashley could volunteer her dog washing services for anyone who pulls up with the dog. So true. Blue State Rob says the former Zaniacs used the first food giveaway as an entitlement card. Tim says we need to have a sign made. It says free Christmas meal / pet food / feminine products ... Some strings attached. Maureen says homeless shelters say that socks are the greatest need for people. Can you imagine? Okay, we live our lives and we have our ups and downs. But at no point have I ever worried about socks. MG23 Raptor must be new says, how do you feel about your Nittany Lions? It was sad to see your quarterback blow that game versus Ohio State. I am not a Nittany Lions fan, unfortunately. I got this for free when I visited Happy Valley when I was on the radio. I had a radio station that carried my show, and I went and visited them, and we went to the bookstore. This is right after the whole raping the kids thing. And they gave me one of these, and this is like a day after all the kids got raped, and I put it on. And people have been giving me shit since that day. But thank you for being here. I appreciate that. But no, I am. I don't actually root for a college football team. I follow stories. Like I'm very interested in the Michigan story, which Joe Martinez will be happy to hear this. Just in case you missed it, the victory of Ohio over Ohio State has ended any of the speculation and the talk and all of the negative shit going on about Michigan football. Okay? Because they Harbaugh ate that punishment, the team went ahead and won 3 games in a row. That was a brilliant move to make him eat that punishment because now it's done. And then you have a couple patsies. Stallions is a patsy. Chris Partridge is a patsy. Partridge deletes all the evidence about Harbaugh. And that was a good move on his part. And then he's fired. They're probably paying him under the table. And he then made a statement that said, no, I had nothing to do with that. That's not why I wasn't. So he's denying it, which is what you do. You deny till you die. That's exactly how you do. So that puts us all done in a nice bow. There's nothing more to talk about. I would have loved for that drama to continue. Business is brisk at the Eric Zane Show podcast when there's more drama. MG23 says, Eric, you saying that, boy, I have to follow you. You are in my respect. Joe says the game will never be the same with the new format. Yeah, I haven't followed that story. The new format of the Michigan, of this. I don't understand how that works. Georgia is going to three-peat. I can't wait. I'm going to the SEC championship game again this year. Who will be in that game? Is that a Georgia-Alabama thing? I don't know who's in what conference in the SEC these days. I don't know. It's so you in the right now the top 4 are Georgia, Michigan, Washington. It is Georgia, Alabama. And Florida State. Okay. So Florida State's quarterback, he broke one of his sticks. So that's a real challenge there. If Bama beats Georgia, is Georgia still a Final Four team? You know, I doubt it because Alabama is not a top 4 team. I think they're like 6, 7, 8, something like that. Let's see. New college football rankings. Because I think Oregon is in the mix, right? Hold on a second. I gotta speculate about this. It's college football playoff rankings. Just once I want to open up a website and it isn't just fucking loaded with ads. So I can at least navigate it. Georgia, 12-0. Michigan, 2, 12-0. Washington, 12-0. Florida State, 12-0. Oregon, 11-1. Ohio State, 11-1. Texas, 11-1. Alabama, 11-1. If the top 4 went out, no mess. But we don't want that. We want chaos. So I think all these teams play in their championship games. Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State. It would be an absolute joyous miracle if all 4 of those teams lost. Now, there's no fucking way Iowa is going to beat Michigan. Washington's very good. They're not going to lose. Florida State, I guess, could lose, but probably not. Georgia, probably not. It's probably going to be those 4. But if they did, that would be 8 teams with 1 loss. 8. Then what? Oh, no. I think you'd have to keep Michigan in. I think you'd have to keep Georgia in. Depends who Washington loses to. I don't even know who they're playing in their championship game. Would it be Oregon? Fuck. This is the extent of my knowledge on college football. I don't know everything going on there. I just want it to be 8 teams with 1 loss because of the shit show that would create. The suggestion by newbie MG23 Raptor, who needs to follow and subscribe, says Bama and Oregon could get in. And you leave Michigan and Georgia in. That's what I'm thinking, too. Quality wins by both of those teams. Oregon would beat Washington. Is Oregon playing Washington in the Pac, whatever the fuck it is, Pac 25? Ben Glaze checking in during the Anthony Bellino radio extravaganza. All right. So that's cool. That's cool. Loving that. Loving that. I'm very excited about that great food giveaway, though. If you can, head on over to those spots, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I hate even asking. I apologize, but that's the way we have to make the world go around. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special treat for you. Because coming up on Thursday of this week, tomorrow, is another Big Fraud Thursday on Patreon. And you can get these 2 shows for free at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Ben Glaze and I, who's here, start the day out, the podcast evening out, with another edition of Who Are These Free Beers? And I've been sitting on this clip because it brought back so many feelings of when thin-skinned free beer gets pissed off. And when that would happen, how how every single time there would be a little bit more resentment that I would have towards him. Okay? You have to understand, when we would do those shows, it was always said off of the air, nothing is to be taken seriously. Okay? And confrontation and bickering is fun. Have fun with it. Be silly with it. But of all the people, Greg would not. And it would take this much to get him from silly to I hate your guts. And when that would happen, that would piss me off, and then I'd want to strangle him. When Hot Wings and I would do it, it'd be hilarious. And Hot Wings took it quite well if we're beating each other up. And Free Beer would laugh along with it, and it was just silly. Ball busting. But Greg would always take it poorly. Very rarely would he be rolling with it. He'd pout. That's why I would play that clip. He's pouting. He's pouting. So when he would get pissed off, it would just make it worse because then I would pile on more. And then he would get more pissed off. And then we turn off the mics and it's silent. It's just, there's no talking. Rob says, Greg's smugness really came out when he started doing college football games. Probably had something to do with him being a fantastic husband. I don't know about that. But he showed his ass in this clip that I'm going to play for you right now as a preview of Who Are These Freebeers. And you'll be able to see all of this on Patreon for free. So as I'm talking to you, maybe head over to patreon.com/Eric Zane and just a couple clicks and you've got a free account and you've got the next 7 days free and you can check this show out because I plan on really drilling down on this clip in particular. And I know you're like, get to it, play it. Don't worry, I'll play it. It's coming. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you before I even get to that. We've got 24 minutes until Dear Meathead. Dad will join us. And I don't have I don't have one question for Dad. Sorry about the failing to mention that to you earlier. But I see Rob has sent one. Thank you. Which will be fun to ask him that. But I will need a handful of questions. So, I don't know. Think of something fun and send it my way. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Shoreliners striping inbox. Okay. Here's the background on this clip. Hot Wings had a hot take where there's all sorts of nuances and twists and turns of why. Why is this even happening? His hot take was all old board games are better than any new game. Now, of all the... Every time he does these, they're always like, boy, what a weird thing to get fake mad about. I mean, it just... His claim was something, and you'll hear it, was like, oh, boy. The games of today are too confusing and hard. We need Monopoly. And it's like, okay, interesting. Well... this leads to an offshoot conversation where Greg, I guess there was a game night with all of them, and there was a silly exchange, I guess, when they did the game night, where they were having a problem with Greg when he would move his token down the board, like for Monopoly, like you roll a 5 and you move 5 spots. Greg would just pick up the piece and move it 5 spots. And everybody, no one liked that. They're giving him shit on the game night of not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like on each individual hopping along. So that's silly and fun. Okay, great. And Greg goes, yeah, Steve's got a problem because I just move the piece instead of counting 5. Steve claims that Greg slides the token on the board instead of tapping it. But Greg doesn't see it that way. Greg thinks he just lifts the token up and moves it 5. Then all 3 start saying, yeah, Greg, you're wrong. But they're talking about 2 different things because they're saying Greg slides the piece and then he's saying, no, I pick up the piece. Hot Wings equates the picking up the piece or sliding the piece to walking, of all things, which is also stupid. Amanda asked, why the fuck is this a thing? Exactly. And then the fight starts. An actual fight starts. Interrupting, raised voices. Hot Wings gets frustrated with how Greg is defending himself because he's doing it all fucked up, of course, and then Greg gets pissed off. Which, in my opinion, is the cardinal sin. It could have been something fun if you went with it, but he's actually fucking pissed. Kyle says, I think there is something behind this. They all want to tell Smug Beer he's wrong on other stuff, and this is their out. Kenny says, who gives a shit? LOL. Exactly. What a stupid thing to get in a fight about. This is the clip. Hold on, let me make sure I got this. Okay. Audio check. Video check. Here we go.
Wait, Camel Up was the game that you were sliding, not tapping, right?
Oh, yeah. Steve has a problem if I can,
My apologies for the low audio.
Can count 5 spaces ahead without tapping the little thing on
tap.
each spot. No.
Everyone knows that when you're advancing, you go. You don't just go.
It's true. You don't shuffle.
Why not?
That's like not picking up your feet when you walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Hot Wing says, yeah, you don't shuffle the piece, and then for some reason compares it to walking, which is also stupid. But they're on different pages because Greg doesn't think he slides the piece. He thinks he picks up the piece.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. It's the same as picking up your feet when you walk.
Yeah.
Your way is dragging your feet.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I like the tap. I like to be able to do the one.
Yeah.
See, now I'm liking it when they're busting his balls because it's silly and dumb. But I don't like it when Greg actually gets mad. Okay? He gets mad. And then I want to beat the shit out of him.
The tap is the same as dragging your feet. If I lift it up and place it down, that's like lifting my feet.
No, and then I have to count I have to count your spaces for you just to make sure you didn't screw it up, and I don't care for playing with people like that.
Okay, so Kelly, she kind of fucks this whole thing up because it then starts to get super great at the end, and she keeps derailing the conversation. Not there. She says, I don't care to play with people like that. So it's all 3 in one way or another against Freebeer. Now he's defensive.
Freebeer lives in opposite world. Did you just hear him, Steve?
What he
when
described
I made a
is
perfect comparison and then he turned it backward like it's wrong.
He
Let me
tried
ask
to
you
judo
this.
flip you.
Let me ask you this.
Okay, yeah, ask me, please.
Well, you're the one. I'm still talking.
I said, yeah.
Okay. At that point, before that even, look at him look at Freebeer.
Steve?
Look at Freebeer when Hot Wings is talking. He is staring lasers into him.
What he
when I
described
made a
is
perfect comparison and
he's
then he
furious.
turned it backward like it's wrong.
he
Let me
tried
ask
to
you
judo
this.
flip you.
Let me ask you
here
this.
Okay, yeah, ask me, please.
Well, you're the one. I'm still talking.
I
You're
said
yelling at Steve.
Tapping is the same as walking, and shuffling is the same as sliding, and you're trying to tell me.
I don't slide. I lift and drop.
She says, no, you don't. So they've completely turned on him, and now he's pissed off. But he only lashes out at Hot Wings.
No, you slid.
No, you were sliding. That was the whole point why Steve brought it up.
You slid.
You
Either way.
One more thing. Notice how Greg always is moving. His body language. He gets so fucking uncomfortable that he can't stop moving. Everyone else is sitting still.
No, you slid.
No, you were sliding. That was the whole point why Steve brought it up.
You slid.
You were
Either way.
sliding it.
You can't trust people who slide or jump to their spot. No, you count it out so people can
this
trust
is a real
you.
bummer. I'm going to miss out on playing Life with Hot Wings. What am I going to do with the rest of my time? Oh, wow. Are you going to have kids? I don't know because I don't give a bleep.
Yeah.
Oh, can we play a board game made after World War II? No, I only like the classics. Where's my pink girl stick or whatever it is?
This is the
What?
classic free beer response when he gets upset and he's
This is the classic
dumb.
Hot Wings talk, yelling at other people like I'm not in the room.
I'm not yelling at anybody.
Oh, fuck. This is the classic free beer response when he gets upset. You see him fidgeting, looking around the room like that? He's ready to kill somebody.
After World War II? No, I only like the classics. Where's my pink girl stick or whatever it is?
This is the classic
He's not even making sense with what he's saying. He's so pissed off.
free beer response when he gets upset and he's
This is
caught
the
being
classic
dumb.
Hot Wings talk.
Hot Wings is right. Hot Wings is that is the classic free beer response. He's a thin-skinned fuck. I'm telling you. He's that pissed off over that. That is how Greg operates. He cannot handle anything that makes him look bad or silly or dumb in any way.
Yelling at other people like I'm not in the room.
I'm
Also-
not yelling at anybody.
The little pink things and blue things that you have to pick and undo for the life game. There's so many.
Okay.
Wait,
she
Camel Up was
she tries to go into a different direction because she realizes this is fucking getting awkward. And there is no more reference to it later on in the show. Oh, my God. And now I'm like, oh, I wish she hadn't said anything. I wanted more of that. That was the first time you've done anything interesting. Is that argument. Holy shit. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it as soon as I saw that. God damn. Aram says, hopefully Hot Wings apologizes to Free Beer. Of course, Steve started the stupid conflict. I'm glad he did. That's why he was laughing. His whole body tensed up when you started the video. You can almost see his toes curl up inside his shoes. I noticed that too. Please, 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 one of them get pissed and rage quit the show. Kyle writes, he says, if this happens, I'll start believing in baby Jesus. Corey says he sounds so butthurt right now. Florida Man says Hot Wings is winning this fight. Linda says he's such a douche. Aram says, where has that Hot Wings been all these years? Future Zane and Hot Wings for the light show confirmed after Hot Wings leaves. I would entertain doing a show with Hot Wings because I think I could bring out something better in him than what he offers on that pile of shit. You should leave that show right now and do a show with me. Brandon says, I feel much more stupid after listening to this. Like, I'm pretty sure my IQ dropped after enduring this. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I know I did too, but I needed to illustrate to you how angry Greg gets at something so dumb. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and make the whole thing awkward. Corey says if Hot Wings were to ever leave the show, it would be fun to have you and him do a show together again, and you just yell at each other the whole time. Well, I don't know about that. Aram says it's the first time this controversy has happened, and I think Free Beer was caught off guard. Are these people even friends in real life? No, not at all. Case in point. Greg didn't even invite him to the marriage when he married that fucking gold digger, whatever the fuck her name is. Blue State Rob says, every professional broadcaster that is not in the big leagues I've countered is highly insecure. I have more than a small sample size, but regardless, Greg hasn't humbled a bit. Corey says Hot Wings was always at his best when he had something to fight, like you are here when he's attacking free beer. Brandis says, I would love to argue with that douchebag. Would be a sport for me. Rob says, start the hashtag Free Hot Wings campaign. Kyle says, this is what that show is lacking. You guys busting balls and laughing about dumb shit. I agree. I like those moments, but when they would happen, they would come at a cost. Okay? If I'm ripping on Hot Wings, you can expect it not to go where he's going. Even if he does get furious, it's still funny. It's still good. Because Greg's laughing along with it, and we know the parameters and things like that. But with Greg, it's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get with him. If you fuck with him, you might get the moment like they just had there. Okay? Or you could have where he actually rolls with it. There was a period of time where he was word scrambling, and he got so pissed off at us because we're making fun of his word scrambles that we had a meeting without him. It was Joe, Eric, Hot Wings. I said, don't reference it. If he does it, if he says belly bitten lunt or can't challenge a guy who runs into the stands because he hits you in the cup with a face, I go, don't do it. Not worth it. Ignore it. And then we'd get emails. Wait. Did you guys miss that one? Did you miss that one? No, we just don't say anything. And then one day he says, how come you guys don't reference those anymore? Oh, we just played dumb. He's like, because I know I'm still doing them. We didn't have the heart to tell him, yeah, you're too much of a cunt, okay? We can't because you're such a fucking cunt. It would be so annoying. Eventually, they did come back because it was you couldn't ignore it. It was too great. The segment pushed us out of the way and said, I need my spotlight. It's so true. Oh, that dude is fucked up. Okay? The most fucked up. Everybody's fucked up to some degree, but that is the most fucked up person I've ever known in my entire life. Okay? Son of a bitch. Well, anyway, that's just one clip I have of for Who Are These Free Beers coming up on tomorrow night. Ben's going to review a bunch of clips for me. I love it when Ben reviews clips because he usually pulls from something that I have no idea what the hell is going on. And then surprises me. And I love his takes on their show. So much fun. So Who Are These Free Beers happens tomorrow. All right. That's that. Meanwhile, if you are enjoying the show, and I have two questions now for Dear Meathead. I probably need at least two more. We are 8 minutes out. Send them along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. All right. Sorry. It's getting cold in here. Thank you for watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. I have to send you on your way. I already mentioned about Patreon. You can sign up for that. Also, if you want to get this show in its entirety, because there's still like another hour of show, the full thing is on Twitch. So download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, all one word, or on your laptop or desktop, just go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, and I'm there as well. And you can create an account and chat along with us. And then you don't have to worry about getting shut out on Facebook, X, and YouTube like what is about to happen now. And all those audios are available on demand on Twitch as well. You get to see the entire show on back episodes and whatnot. Also, the audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast, and off you go. I prefer Apple Podcasts. If that's your platform of choice, please leave me a review. I appreciate that. I already mentioned the Patreon, so thank you. And if you've signed up in the past, thinking about it now, or if you're already signed up or you're signing up for a free 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. X is brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, where, of course, the great food giveaway number 4 with tampons will be taking place. Corey says we must free Hot Wings. We can fix him. Corey says, do you think Free Beer and Hot Wings individually are making close to $1 million a year? No. In fact, they may be making less than what they made pre-pandemic. That company that they work for, Town Square, is about to go under. They're nearly bankrupt. Most radio companies are. You have this antiquated format, not really making a lot of money. And during the pandemic, the management used that as an excuse for everybody to get a pay cut. I wouldn't be surprised if they're making probably less than $500,000 a year. Maybe even less than that. Maybe like $400,000 a year. They are underpaid, I'll tell you that, because what they do is, I've talked about this before, most of the markets that they're in, save for 3 or 4, are the smallest of the small. Markets that aren't even ranked. Like there's 200 markets, radio markets in the U.S. Some of them aren't even that big. They're in small little towns where it's nothing. And what they do is they offer the show for free. And then the station puts the show on the air, but gives them the opportunity to fill a few minutes an hour with their own advertising. And then their own Freeburn Hot Wings advertising team sells sponsorships on those spots, and then they make some money off of that. Kyle says, under $500,000, how can you survive on that? Well, when wife number 1 gets half and number 2 is getting the other half. Yeah, life is about to get very, very tough for the Burn King. He is midway through his current marriage. The time is short for the current marriage, to be sure. This one is going to end even uglier than the first one. That's unfortunate. The dude was taken advantage of when he was weak. Greg always told me how scared he was of living alone. And so I was actually friends with him when the first divorce went through. I was actually upset. I cried on this show about that divorce. I still cared very much about Greg at the time. We, at that point, were exchanging texts regularly. I was sharing things on his show with him. This is like 2.5 years ago. Texted him all the time. Oh, this would be funny if you guys did this. What was Hot Wings thinking? Oh, my God. Holy shit. Hey, you should talk to this guy. It was that. And then when he fucking, again, stabbed me in the back, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Now I'm going to kill you. Figuratively. So I was happy when he married the gold digger. And that is going to implode. And I am going to be jumping for joy along with his current wife's ex-husband, who is my pal, who I can say nothing more about because Greg will fucking haul his ass into court because he's such a cunt. All right. And by the way, ladies, Coleman is taken. All right. He's a complete baller, but he's taken. So forget it. I know some of you are on the prowl for your next man, but there already is a Mrs. Coleman. I really hope he knocks her up first, says Florida man. Kyle says at least those kids all like him. Florida man says, yeah, because he would have no one else to be a douchebag to. Blue State Rob says, Greg, should I do more play-by-play or bang my new wife? I think I'll do the play-by-play and leave her with the kids. Did ex-Mrs. Freebeer remarry? I don't know. She's very nice. A little flaky, but she's very nice. All right. That poor thing. She had to put up with that fucking loser for that long. God damn, what a pain in the ass. All right. The open and live stream of today's show is brought to you by Superior Cleaning and Power Washing, 231-740-4098. Yesterday, Dale was plowing in Muskegon, and you can hire him for plow services at 231-740-4098. He was going to play Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia with me, but he could not because it was plowing. I didn't want him to get in a wreck. He was going to do it. I go, no, forget it. So hire Dale during the winter months at 231-740-4098. You can also hire him to clean a restaurant if that's your thing. If you own a restaurant or know someone who does. Janitorial services, hood cleaning over the grill. You need a certified expert to do that. That's Dale. He has all of the, I don't know what the hell it is, licenses to do such work, which is important and required. 231-740-4098 for Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. My friends at Blue Frost IT want to remind you that if you have any tech issues with your setup, your IT, your whether at home, at work, maybe you own the business, you want a tech upgrade, the thing to do is reach out to Blue Frost IT. They will sit down for a 30-minute complimentary consultation where it's just Q&A. Hey, what do you do on your business? What do you do? Okay, that. Okay, great. Okay, this is what you need to upgrade. Don't just go and start buying stuff from Best Buy or Amazon. You need the right choices for what you do for your business. For example, if your business depends on graphics, you're going to need an IT setup that represents that. Okay, and you need to know specifically what technical specs are necessary to do the work that you do. So, have a brief conversation with Blue Frost IT. Set that up by calling 616-200-8550. That's 616-200-8550. All right. Let us bring in my dad for Dear Meathead. If you have a question for Dad, you still have time to send it along. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay. Bring him in.
Good morning.
Dad, hi.
How you doing, guy?
Never met a fella. Yeah, you know, I mean, here we are now, a couple days removed from the whole COVID thing. How are you and Joanne doing, Dad?
I think we're doing great.
Oh, so can you?
Joanna concurs.
Yeah, can you maybe describe what it was like, what you went through?
Actually, I had so many dreams.
You had lots of dreams?
I had dreams after dreams after dreams.
Oh, okay. What?
I couldn't even begin to describe what I dreamt about.
So you just wake up, you're like, oh my God, I had a terrible dream. I got COVID.
No, I didn't have no COVID thoughts, nothing. But it was dreams.
Okay, and you can't remember even a one of them?
I don't remember any of them.
Oh.
But I know I was dreaming.
Okay. I think maybe maybe next time write them down. I'd love to hear what you're dreaming about.
I'm telling you, it's just the weirdest thing I've ever lived through.
Wow. Joanne, how about you? Did you have any weird dreams?
No. He had the dreams last night. COVID, he couldn't hardly stand up. He couldn't even walk.
Wow. So this was
I'm telling you, I couldn't even stand up.
so when you had COVID, that was no walk in the park. I mean, it was actually very hard on you, right?
It was on your dad for sure.
It was on me.
Joanne, was there any thought about possibly taking him to the hospital, or did that not cross your mind?
No, I called the doctor. He told me what to do.
He just said, take it easy, keep I don't know, drink water, something like that, maybe. I don't know.
He said, kick him in the butt, then call me in the morning.
Well,
No, whatever he said, it worked. So we're here.
Well, yeah, there you go. So now you've it's come and gone. I'm excited about that. You beat COVID, and now it's time to party. We got to do a Thanksgiving do-over.
Oh boy, yeah,
That'd be nice.
yeah.
All right, let's plan that. I love that.
Buddy, I'm really sharp. I'm sharp right now.
I know you are. You're always sharp.
But this is top of the world.
I think you're sharper when you're like on the phone.
Life is good, man.
I think you are, because when we're like up north and like, you know, you got all the wilderness around you and there's 800 dogs, there's all things to distract you. And it, you know, I asked you a question like, hey, how do you think the Lions are going to do? And you'll say peanut butter sandwich.
Man, you're messing me up. Oh boy.
And that's and that brings me to this, Dad. My pal Jimmy in Portland, Maine, he asks, do you think that grown men will cry if the Lions win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Women too.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, I tell you what, I think I'll cry.
I'll cry.
I mean, it's been so long, Dad. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that part is true.
So, yeah, the Super Bowl, I mean, they've never even gone, let alone won it.
No.
I think I'll cry if they just go.
Yeah, I'll cry if they go to the playoffs.
No, I really watched them. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I love watching the Lions. Do you remember the football player named Barry Sanders?
Yes.
Yes.
How about that guy? There's a big movie out about him right now in his life. You know, he's about my age. He's in his 50s.
Wow. You remember that?
Oh yeah, he was one of our favorites, you know.
Yes. Well, that's true. That's true.
Jimmy, also in Maine, he adds, by the way, Meathead, he adds, I've been eating raw hamburger similar to you, and I've never gotten sick. He's another fan of eating raw hamburger.
I don't know.
Raw lamb, not hamburger.
Oh, I thought you were eating raw hamburger.
He did years ago till I told him how they kill him and how they drag him through manure.
Okay. Well, he wants you to get me to try some raw hamburger, Dad.
No, I for right now, it's not appealing.
No, he doesn't need it anymore. I trained him.
Yeah. Jack in New Hampshire says, Dear Meathead, over Thanksgiving, several of my adult family members got into an argument about how to move your game piece while playing the board game Life. What do you think it says about a grown man in his 50s arguing over a board game with the family?
Well, yeah, to me that is a very, very childish activity.
Yeah, you don't want to hang around with some guy who gets all angry over how to move a token on a board game.
No, if you the one thing that I do have a good personality of is the fact that your opinion is good for you.
Opinion?
You know.
Talking about board games.
Yeah, but he's talking about how the one guy, you know, he moves he gets upset as to how people move the pieces on the board game, and he's lost his temper over a board game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kick him in the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Kenny.
That'll teach him a lesson.
Kenny writes. Kenny writes. We're all happy to hear that you're both feeling better. Question: have you ever been deer hunting?
No.
No. I actually doesn't have a personality towards shooting and killing an animal.
Yeah, that you'd rather not do that.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, I can handle like if someone brings deer venison around the campfire.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
on that.
I can't kill it. I think a lot of people are like that.
No.
Yeah,
no.
if I'm out in the woods and I see a deer, I'm gonna go give it a hug.
Really? That's great. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't. I don't. You know, I don't. Whenever I see like when you're. How about when you're driving down I-75 and someone's got it strapped to the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I can't deal with that.
No, I can't either. I cannot deal with that.
Have you ever hit a deer with your car? You or Joanne?
No.
Oh, God bless you. Thank God.
Well, if I got to veer off to avoid hitting him, I would do that.
If I hit a deer with my car, I'm more worried about the deer.
Yes.
I go running in the woods after him. Are you okay?
Yeah. Hey, the vehicle of yours is a powerful machine. You know, and a poor little innocent animal, you know, of course you're going to hit him by accident, you know, maybe.
Right.
But
there are people that exist who will...
I'll pick him up, I can baby him.
Oh, yeah, I
do something nice, you know, instead of nasty.
Yeah, I struggle with that, too.
Yeah. Like, what did I say, Joanne?
You take him to the vet.
Yeah, Joanne says I'll take him to the vet.
Oh, absolutely. You and I would... This is how...
I would.
You and I would hit the deer, and then we'd put the deer in the car, and it'd be like Tommy Boy, and the deer would wake up and destroy the car.
That's pretty good, man. We ought to write that down.
I think it's been written.
Man, I feel so good, so spunky right now.
You feel spunky?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's good. That's good. Are you going to be chasing Joanne around the house?
No, not that kind of spanky.
Oh.
I didn't say spanky. I said spunky.
Yeah, that's I caught that. Yes, spanky's something entirely different.
Yeah, well, hey, that's beyond my...
Yeah, hey, there's a discussion going on the show because we're giving away a bunch of food and for Christmas to like underprivileged people, and we're believe it or not, we're also giving away feminine hygiene products because some people who can't afford them, they go without, and that's very difficult. So the question Rob has is, what is your experience? Have you ever had to buy feminine hygiene products like sanitary napkins or tampons for the women in your life? Like, hey, pick me up some tampons. Have you ever had to do that?
No.
Oh, I have. Diana's made me do that.
No, I don't get it. No way.
You wouldn't do it? Like if you're at the store and she says, Rob, I need these. You'd go, no way, you're on your own. I'm not buying them.
You would too, right?
I probably would. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's no big deal. It's just a biological function. I mean, you know, she needs some help. Anyway.
Yeah, I probably would. But I never had the experience.
Yeah, I know. All right. Dear Meathead, it's getting cold outside. What is the best activity to do during the winter? You know, everybody's cooped up inside, Dad.
That's about the limit for me. I'm cooped up. I cannot go anywhere. You know, I got snow on my ground here.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, we got hit with it. I was just talking to Kenny in Tennessee. It was 21 degrees in Tennessee today.
Wow, that's good.
I don't think it is.
It's pretty cold here too. I got a solid looking snow on the ground.
Dad Kyle writes, Dear Meathead, Christmas is fast upon us again. And Do you have a favorite Christmas memory?
I'm thinking really hard. I just don't have any memories.
Let Joanne talk, and then I'll spring one on you. All right. That'll remind you.
It's probably the same one because I wasn't there, but when he was married to your mother and he fell down the stairs.
Oh, now I didn't realize that happened around Christmas time.
Yeah, he had the presents in the box, bring them down the stairs, and he fell.
Oh, okay. Now I was so little then. I remember stories of that, but I don't have it. I think he fell down the stairs more than once actually.
Oh yeah, he's fallen quite a few times.
Yeah, I think there had something to do with some consumption issues at the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing about that.
But I remember going to Joanne's house at the time. You may not even have been married, or you were probably very early in your marriage. But we'd all go over to your house for Christmas Eve. And,
I remember that.
And we would always open the presents up on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And, you had Tom Alexander and Sue, and Norm was there talking to everybody and talking to everybody.
It was rock and rolling.
Yes, and then Jim and myself and Elizabeth and Nikki and Joanne. It was just fantastic. And that little living room, we'd all pack in there somehow.
Was that somebody's basement?
No, that was our living room.
That was your living room in Cunningham in Warren.
Okay.
It was a big family room.
Yeah.
No,
wow.
I just remember that as a kid. So it
Yeah,
was always great.
You get brain of I don't know.
Yeah, I got a brain like a machine. I think that's what you say. You have brain like a machine.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even wind it up. It's already wound up.
Of course. Dad, do you have any closing thoughts on the segment? Is there anything, you or Joanne have anything that you'd like to say?
Maybe Joanne has something to say. Joanne, do you have anything to say?
We're alive.
Yes. That's where I was going to go to. Thank God you're alive. I love that.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, there was a ton of people worried about you, and we're very, very glad that you're okay. I'm looking back on my notes that I took during our time today. At one point, you were describing it as a vehicle of yours is a powerful machine when it comes to driving and maybe coming in contact with wildlife while you're on the road.
Yeah. You talk about driving. I don't know why this came to mind. I actually drove. Do you remember a truck that I used to have?
He owns it.
I do. It's in my driveway. It's in my garage right now, Dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to drive with on top of that.
On top of it?
I mean, how was I doing? I was standing. I was standing.
It was a van. It wasn't a
truck. It was a van.
What you're describing is you had this big silver conversion van, and so it was very normal at that time when we're going up north for you to be drinking like several beers while you're driving, and then you were standing on the seat and sticking your head out of the driver's side sunroof.
I remember that.
While it was on cruise control, you're holding the steering wheel with your hand, traveling at 80 miles an hour.
That was clever, wasn't it?
I don't know if that's clever.
Oh, my God. My kids actually lived through all that stuff.
Yeah. I was always very scared when you would do that. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, God.
All right, Dad. I love you.
I love you, too.
Joanne, you guys have a great day, okay?
Thank you, honey. We love you, too.
See you next stop.
See you next stop. All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
See ya. There you go. Dear Meathead, no lie. He's got this old Chevy conversion van. Well, it was a nice van. That was the one that I fucked up, and I blamed it on him because he was shit-faced. Traveling up north to Grayling, Fear Bunker North. And then there was a square sunroof right above. Yeah, the whole thing was windows. You know how those things were. They painted it silver with a stripe on it. Let me get a picture of it. 1982 Chevy silver conversion van. I bet you this will be a reasonable. Yes. Okay. This was the van. It looked just like this. Give me a second. I swear I got it. All right, I don't got it. Aha. That's the van. It looked just like this. It was sweet. Well, anyway, on the driver's side there, there was a window, like a sunroof, directly above him. He put the fucking thing on cruise control, and then the window would be completely, or the sunroof would be out. It was just an opening. And he'd stick his head out, and he's standing on the captain's chair, and his hands are down holding the steering wheel at the top of the wheel. And so he's on cruise control driving the fucking van like that. And we're all like, oh, my God, he's all fucked up while driving, totally drunk. Totally drunk. Oh. That van, it had like a 9,000 cubic inch motor. You could like roast the tires. You stop. Oh, my God, that thing. And then we brought it. We went camping, not up to Fear Bunker North, but to another campsite in and it had to be, the fucking van had to be moved or something like that. And I go, I'll move it. I'm like 14. And I sideswiped this tree. I'm moving at 1 mile an hour. I just fucked up the whole side of the van. Uh-oh. Put it in park. Walked away. And put his keys back where they were supposed to be. And then the next day, like, hey, what happened to my van? He's blackout drunk the night before. I go, oh, yeah, you got in. You moved it. You don't remember? No. Oh, my God. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. You've screwed it all up, Dad. It's awful. Jesus. Come on. Get your shit together. Screwed up his whole van. Didn't even tell him. Tyler says, can you imagine the videos people could have taken of Meathead back in those days if cell phones existed? There was a moment. This happened at a place called Fife Lake, Michigan. It was they're having the big fireworks. I've told this story before. And he had an M80, and there was children on the beach. And normal person would never have done this. A less normal person would have lit it and thrown it out into the water. But he lit it, and instead of throwing it out in the water, the throw looked like this. And he threw it like right to his side somehow. And then, so it lands, and there's these kids making a sand castle. There's like 5, 6 kids. And he goes, look out, children. And he throws the fucking thing, and it explodes. And it's like Normandy, with the sand goes flying. It's like hitting the kids in the face, and their ears are all full. Like, oh, my God. And it was my dad and Charity Scam Mike. And up on the main street, because it's the banks of this beach are butt up right to the downtown of this little one stoplight area. They're getting ready to do this stupid fireworks. And all the moms and dads who are drinking on the picnic tables up on the top of the ridge, they come running down. Now, I'm not there for this, but I've been told the story so many fucking times that I can tell you every part of it so you can get a nice visual of what's happening. They're running down like Battle of the Bastards to kill these two. They surround my dad and Mike. And Mike and my dad are back to back with their fists up, ready to fight because they're going to get their asses kicked. Somehow the rest of our group walks up and politely tries to put a wet blanket on the aggression to somehow manage to calm these fucking people down who want to. They're getting their kids. Their kids are all like, "Oh my ears! Oh my God!" It's fucking terrible. And so Mike and my dad almost got the shit kicked out of them from that incident. And how they got out of it to this day, I don't fucking know. At least that's what I've been told on this story. Every time I hear it, there's another detail to it. So I'm guessing that probably at this point, like 3% of the story is actually true. But what I've told you at that point is how I was told of it when it first went down. Holy shit, the things that we used to do. And it was always around booze. My dad and I used to get shit-faced all the time from a very young age. I started to drink at like 17 on my own, and then I slowly started to be able to realize that he didn't mind if I had beers with him just as long as I wasn't going anywhere. So holy shit, man. It's like Friday night. Hey, what do you guys want to do? Let's go to your dad's house. Oh, my God. Kyle says, I have family that lives in Fife Lake along the beach by downtown. Yes. Wonder if any of those were my relatives. Yeah. Hey, is there, such a small town, you could say, is there ever a story, a local legend of some asshole throwing an M80 at kids on the beach? Have you ever heard of a story about that? Because that's the type of story that will be, talked about. Jimmy says, sounds like South Boston. All right. Dear Meathead, Kyle says, when did this happen? What year? I would guess, okay, Stong was involved, Charity Scam Mike, and he showed up about 1988. No, 87, 86 is when he showed up. So I'm guessing anywhere from 86, 87 to 90, 91-ish. In that ballpark. Good times. Good times. Oops. All right. I can't believe you have relatives that live at Fife Lake. Who the fuck lives at Fife Lake? And nearby Spring Lake is just to the south of it. That's where I smashed up my dad's van. So much fun, my gosh. It's a damn good thing there was booze in our lives then. Alcohol fueled these stories. Bob says, I had a van like your dad years ago. Those things are tanks. Fun times. Yeah, they don't make those anymore. They don't make conversion vans, really, that look like, with all those fucking windows. But that thing was luxury. Captain's chairs, bench seat, great hi-fi tape deck. Kenny says, my favorite quote from this morning's show was, quote, kick him in the butt and call me in the morning. Meathead's doctor to Joanne. Okay. Where was I? Thank you as always. Wait a minute. Is today Wednesday? Oh, shit. I fucked a bunch of shit up. Thank you as always to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Reach out to Frank for anything insurance related. Could be Obamacare, could be Medicare. Social Security, you're getting started on that. You got a loved one who's turning 65 or whatever. Reach out to Frank Fuss, okay, at buyinsurancehere.com. Frank will help you out with everything you need to get started on your insurance. Buyinsurancehere.com. Maybe it's your dental plan. I know there's some changes to mine that are in store, so Frank is the guy. Frank is never charging you a fee. It's always free with Frank Fuss. Thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Joe Martinez. You can still schedule a furnace tune-up if you hurry, I think. You got till December 1, and it's free. You can do it after December 1, but it's not free anymore. And I mean free. Like he walks in, tunes up your furnace, and then leaves. The local gas company, DTE Energy, pays the fee on your behalf to Joe. That is a legit deal, 616-516-8579. And if you ever need anything like an after-hours service call or scheduled maintenance, that's who you call. Or maybe you're getting a new furnace installed or an AC, 616-516-8579. Talked about Irvine's today. Fantastic place to get your vehicles repaired, 616-532-6600. Hearts of Gold, as is everybody that supports the Eric Zane Show podcast. They will be hosting the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with Tampons. 616-532-6600 for any routine maintenance or maybe something a little bit more pressing, if you will, for your vehicle. 616-532-6600. Free loaner cars when you get your vehicle repaired. West Michigan takes their cars to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Website, ervines.com. That's ervines.com. King's Room Barbershop, where all dudes get their hair cut. Do you say hairs cut? No. Get your hair cut at King's Room Barbershop. Okay? All dudes, or if you're a chick who likes her hair short. King's Room Barbershop. You got Northland Drive, Caledonia, and 821 36th Street, Southwest, in beautiful Wyoming, Michigan, right next to the costume room. King's Room Barbershop. It's going to cost you $19 to get your hair cut plus tip. Tip generously. They do an amazing job. They depend on those tips. I was talking about tips yesterday. That business, you do tips. You know? Subway, no. But yesterday, the whole discussion about when you do, if you go to a restaurant, I mean, make like a... keep like a tab of what businesses are going to ask for tips when you have the point of sale, when you put your card in the thing or Apple Pay or whatever. It's going to say tip. And the chick standing or the dude standing right in front of you. If you do cash, that option never pops in front of you. So you avoid the awkward. And I'm such a pussy. I always give like a big tip to the person making my sandwich. You shouldn't have to. That doesn't work that way. They get paid a decent wage there, you know? Like $15 an hour to make sandwiches. Like when I'm making your French fries at Bosco's, I don't say give me a tip. The lady who's bringing you the food, maybe, because her wage is so low. That's who you need to tip. They are dependent on the tips. The cook is not. The sandwich artist is not. Bullshit. He's making $15 an hour. Asshole. No tip. King's Room Barbershop, yes. For schedules, exact locations, and further pricing, King's Room Barbershop, go to kingsroom.net. There were some highlights at the local Ottawa County meeting. We talked yesterday about the member of the board, Lucy Ebel. She is now facing a May special recall election. She's part of that group of Ottawa Impact people. So they're trying to remove her to take it so that Ottawa Impact members don't have a majority on the board. That's fine. That means if they're successful in that election, that means the rest of the term from May to November will not have her on it, and we'll be able to business as usual in the county without having to worry about these crazy fucking religious zealots. And then the election next November, we should pretty much be able to get rid of the rest of them, more than likely. I think, at least. But the recall committee, led by this guy, Larry Jackson, with assistance from Joe Spalding, they gathered all the signatures. They got enough, and now the election takes place. However, at yesterday's meeting, a family member involved in the Ebel extended family, spoke at the county commission meeting because there was okay. This mother, I'm just going to play it and then go back, okay? Because she does a pretty good job, even though she's very upset, in explaining what the hell is going on. Okay, here we go.
I would like to
If you
let
please
you
state your name and
Linda Lampin,
thank you.
and I am actually in a way related to Lucy Ebel.
She sounds fucked up. I don't think she is. She just talks kind of weird. I don't think she's drunk. She sounds like she's drunk.
My son Brian Lampin is married to Lucy Ebel's daughter.
Okay, so Lucy Ebel's daughter married this chick's son.
Brittany. And Lucy and I are both grandparents to Hannah, which turns 1 this week. We are both grandmas to that same little granddaughter.
Okay, this is a grandma war. This is a war between this grandma and the other grandma, the board member facing recall, Lucy Ebel. Now, this is a total family beef that shouldn't have anything to do with county politics.
Which she does not want to share with my husband and I. And Lucy blamed me of something 2 weeks ago on a weekend, accused me of signing a petition to take her out of her position, which I never did. Never knew anything about a petition against Lucy.
Okay, so that's what's going on. This grandma is being accused by Lucy, according to this grandma, of signing the petition to get her out of the county commission seat. Oh, juicy.
Against Lucy. I don't follow this stuff, okay? I don't follow Lucy
I only follow drinking.
at all. I don't care about this stuff, believe it or not.
Okay, she's either drunk, a stroke victim, or dumb as shit.
And all of a sudden, I got a text from my son, Brian, accusing me of everything under the sun and accusing me of signing this petition against Lucy.
So her son's pissed off because he found out that this happened.
My name, he said, was on it, and I signed my address. Lucy gave him this information, and I said to my son, I never signed a petition at all. Never. This was on a Friday evening. By Saturday morning, my son had a copy of the signature, Linda Lampin, and the address. It was not my signature, not my address. And still, I'm being blamed, even by Mr. Ebel right now, out in the hallway, that I signed it, that was my signature and my address. I live in Nautical Nook condominiums. That was not my address, not my address, not my signature, Lucy. I did not sign anything. I sent my son my signature, not even close to my address, and I'm still being blamed. My son, it cost me, my family, does not ever want to see me again. He won't let me see our granddaughter, Lucy. It's not just your granddaughter.
Please
It's ours also.
address the chair.
Moss goes, yeah, you must address the chair.
She should not. She owes me at least an apology for causing havoc in a family. She can't even just call me and apologize for wrongfully accusing me of this and causing havoc. You have a
Thank
person
you.
on the board that does that and can't even apologize. I think she
Thank
should
you,
be on the
ma'am.
board
You may sit down. Thank you.
like that, person like that.
Would anyone else like to?
Okay. So grandma waddles away. She's pissed off. So you get what's happening here. Like, what the fuck is going on? And she's adamant. I did not sign that. Spalding, he published all this on X. He writes, then the Karen of all Karens steps up to the plate. She inhales to go on the rant of all rants. Then you'll hear a voice of the county clerk piping in with a kind of important detail that completely changes her entire tune, but not her message. You have to see this too.
Wenzel, Hudsonville. After I just heard this woman's testimony that she didn't sign something that was on
Okay, she's getting ready to start with, well, this is obvious. There's fraud in all of these petition. That's the direction she's going to go. You can tell. Then the clerk chimes in.
Wenzel, Hudsonville. After I just heard this woman's testimony that she didn't sign something that
There
was
are
on
two Linda Lampins in the voter file, Mr. Chair, and I'd be happy to address any of that with anyone concerned about that after this meeting.
Okay. This is easily resolved with that comment. There are, of course, the first lady didn't sign it. The other fucking Linda Lampin signed it. So the son-in-law of the commissioner, Lucy Ebel, attacks his own mother about this, even though it says an address is different. He could very easily have cross-referenced this on his own to determine that there's more than one Linda Lampin. But these dumb fucks go the route of, no, you must have done it, and caused all of this nonsense when it's very easily figured out by, there's two people with the same goddamn name. What the fuck, you assholes?
Excuse me.
Thanks for the interruption.
So, yeah, this fat bitch just thanks for the interruption. No, that's the detail. You're about to go on a rant about the validity of the goddamn petition, and the clerk clears it all up, not only for your fat fucking ass, but for this grandma who's drunk, crying in the corner.
After I just heard this woman's testimony that she didn't sign something that
There
was
are
on
two Linda Lampins in the voter file, Mr. Chair, and I'd be happy to address any of that with anyone concerned about that after this meeting. Excuse me.
Why did he wait? Why didn't he wait until this chick? He should have piped in when that chick was having her meltdown.
Thanks for the interruption.
Yeah, you don't need to say that.
Please continue.
Now my time is.
Oh, get over it. Get over yourself. Yeah, because that was your whole point. You were going to say that the whole thing should be thrown out because there was a fake signature, but there wasn't a fake signature, asshole. There's two Linda Lampins.
I think that we need to make sure, how do we make sure that every one of these signatures, these people actually signed?
Yeah, we did, asshole. But wait, there's more. There's more than this. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the comments. She sounds nervous and hurt. Even if she did sign, isn't giving out that info illegal? But wait, was it her address? Kenny says, your son sounds like a douche, lady. Absolutely. That is a serious accusation against the recall effort. This is Adam said that before it was revealed that there's two Linda Lampins. Hard to tell, but did she have a Krantz cut? Maybe. She's a grandma. Aram said she is implying the petitions have fake signatures, or she's lying about signing the petition. But no, there's two. Chris says, so her son is a giant douche. That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, why didn't you run out the ground ball and try to get to the bottom of it on your own before you attack your fucking mother, you stupid asshole? Patrick says it sounds like he was looking for an excuse to mistreat his mother. Adam says, so Ottawa Impact people are stupid. Got it. They're all stupid. I think I feel so bad for Grandma there. She has had to spend the last 2 weeks thinking that her son hates her, her daughter-in-law hates her, and that she'll never be able to see her little granddaughter again. That poor thing. I mean, she's already drunk as fuck all the time. Jesus Christ. Husband of Lucy Ebel, who you remember drunk grandma saying that this guy yelled at her out in the hallway. He's another dumb fuck. Take a look at this backpedaling. As Joe writes in his post, Lucy's husband steps up to the lectern to audition for the Awkward Olympics. He says, this is going on my nightmare shelf next to Scott's Tots. Don't get the reference. He says, this is why we watch these meetings, and it never would have happened if Lucy did not challenge our petition signatures. All right.
I just wanted to set the record straight a little bit on the babysitting issue.
Yeah, we're talking about babysitting at the county meetings.
Well, that's all on me. My wife had nothing to do with this. When we were reviewing the petitions, I noticed their names. So I said, well, let me give Brian a call and see if
that's the dumb son.
His parents. I never accused them. I just wondered if indeed that was them. He says, it looks like their signature. I said, okay. No.
So Lucy's husband brings it up to son-in-law, sad grandma's son. And though the address is different, it doesn't like, red flag that, hey, maybe this is something to investigate. Instead, he just goes and calls his mom a piece of shit.
As far as helping with the baby, we would love for them to be involved with the grandbaby's life because we have other grandchildren.
Oh, you've changed your tune now, haven't you, tall Dutch dick?
From my son and more from my daughter. And we're always looking for help because we're always asked to babysit. And
this man is speaking to the Ottawa County Commission about babysitting duties. That's right. My county is now spending 9 minutes discussing babysitting duties.
We need help in that area. And I want them to have a good relationship with us and with my daughter and son-in-law. We love your son, Brian, very much. He's a great kid. You did a great job raising him.
Yeah, asshole. All you need to do is say, not into that microphone, but to that lady is, I'm sorry about all of this. You don't need to go to the fucking board and break it down in front of them.
My daughter and son-in-law. We love your son, Brian, very much.
He's actually turning around and talking to sad, drunk grandma.
He's a great kid. You did a great job raising him.
Please address that.
I would not rather have any other.
Moss says, you got to talk to me. Yeah, I agree with Moss. Just don't even talk. This should not be being talked about at the county commission meeting.
I got time.
Yeah, you asshole.
Son-in-law to him.
Thank you.
Well, let me apologize because she didn't have anything to do with it.
Sir, if you could please either address the chair.
She had nothing to do with it.
Or encourage you to speak afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, thank you.
Oh shit. Yep. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Again, these assholes, every time these meetings happen, set this whole county back decades. This is like something that would happen in 1850 over who stole the chicken on the property. It happens at the county meeting. Oh my God. This person wrote to Joe, yeah, you watch so we don't have to. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
I would like to
Can you
let
please
you.
state your name? and
Linda
I need
Lampton.
to again bring Joe in to further break this catastrophe down. Oh, Megan was the first sweet soul who tipped me off about this. And I was like, wait, what's going on? They're talking about what? I can't even believe it. Let's bring in this legend again. And get his expertise on this exact matter. That would be one Joe Spalding.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Joe Spalding.
Fuck! Right. Maybe another day. Aram says this is like Facebook discussion transparency, but in real life. It's so true. Chris says, I wonder why these county commission meetings take 12 fucking hours. Aram says, I wonder if Moss is embarrassed by Lucy's husband, which is why he told him to stop. How stupid is this? And again, this doesn't happen if she just takes her medicine and knows that the people that did the work. They got the correct number of signatures, and now your ass is going to be recalled in May. Okay? The end is near for you assholes. This circus ends, which, by the way, about the health director thing yesterday, they had another big, long session trying to figure out what's going to happen here. Adeline Hambley's like, oh, God, I want my $4.1 million. I'm going to go get some black dick. Holy shit, come on, pay me. And they're like, fuck you, we changed our mind. And she's like, you can't. So now they've agreed. Hambley and the board have agreed to a mediation, I guess. Which, I don't know anything about that, but that sounds to me like they have to, I don't know, say what they want to say in front of someone who would form an opinion about what should be done. I don't know. It's all a catastrophe. Let me know when it's over. I want her to get her $4 million. They won't just fire her because they know she'll sue and get even more. It's going to be so expensive. And thank God, I'm glad it's expensive. We have to strip our county down to nothing before we can rebuild it. Megan says Hambley has always wanted a mediator per her lawyer. Megan, watches this shit. If there's any downtime at Irvine's, she's watching this. Chris says it's like a judge without a trial. Well, I just loved that. And thank you to everyone involved for making that available. There is a new book out called Endgame: Inside the Royal Family and the Monarchy's Fight for Survival. When they released the version of the book in the Netherlands, like the Dutch edition, in Dutch, written in Dutch, they say which family member made the racist comments about the child of Harry and Meghan. I guess there was some discussion about skin color. Endgame appeared to include the name of a royal family member alleged to have asked skin color questions, whereas in the English edition of the book, that was not disclosed. So it said, yeah, Prince so-and-so did it, or whatever. The rumor is that Prince William is the one who pissed off Harry and Meghan because he was wondering about the color of the child. Which I guess that is what was the big breaking point for Harry and Meghan Markle. That's what pissed them off so much. They said, all right, that's it. Fuck this. We're moving to the U.S. We're going to do a podcast. Fuck you. We don't want to be known as part of the royal family. And that's that. All that drama. Which, I mean, as far as hating your family goes, there's been a lot less family have done to be hated. So I think that's all fair. I mean, if, let's say, Diana had married that gigantic black man that she was boning before she met your old pal, EZ. Very true story. His name is Adam. And I'm telling you, this guy was like, did you ever see that movie called The Green Mile? And there was that guy that goes, okay, boss. John Coffey. This guy that she was dating and having tons of sex with was like that meme, that Barry guy, that porn star who died. He's naked on the bed with his ding dong hanging out, this massive crank. Oh my God. She was bouncing on that guy for like a whole semester. Okay. Now, let's say EZ never factors in on this. Now, in some rare, I don't know what she was thinking, because I know my ding dong is not bigger than that guy's. But somehow, and this is a 100% true story. She will kill me for talking about it, so make sure you do not repeat this. She thought, I don't know what, I think she had too much dick, frankly, because she's tiny. And I think that she's like, God damn, this is just too much dick. I need less dick. And that guy's cute. And he's little, which is good. That means he doesn't have that much dick. So then I found out that she thought I was cute, and then the rest is history. I broke up with Julie, or she broke up with me, and shortly thereafter, there was some flirty, and here we are now, 35 years later, and all is well. But had Diana and that gigantic man had a baby, it would be well within her right if, like, her brother, the NFK, said, yeah, I want to know what's going to be the color of that kid's skin. I mean, can you imagine how awful that would be? My God. Rich says, is this where Eric's BBC fetish stems from? I don't know. All I know is before I was on the scene, before I even knew her, there was, I mean, it was like that guy was Kenyan Runner black. Tyler says, Queen of the Forest lady parts after calling it quits from BBC. I'm tired, boss. Blue State Rob says, it's in your paws, Z. Some of you get that reference. Rich says, Diana is proof to the contrary that once you go black, you never go back. Yeah, she actually went back after going black. Oh. Blue State Rob says, my brother didn't come to my wedding because my wife and I didn't want kids. What? So Harry and Meghan have a valid point. Well, of course, yeah, of course they have a valid point, but I don't, that's also horrible. I'm not coming to your wedding because you don't want kids? What? Do you talk to this person? Because that's a reason to cut someone off. I mean, I've said this before. Family is overrated. I will cut a bitch if I have to. I'm in a war right now with with a family member of mine. And we're done. It's over. I've been shut out, and I'm doing the shutting out. Fuck that shit. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. If you're so much goddamn work and maintenance, I don't want anything to do with it. Anybody who says, yeah, I'll do anything for family, you're fucking nuts if you do anything for family. Overrated. Family, the problem with family is they're so comfortable with you, they think it's okay to treat you like shit. That's what they do. That's what family does. Fuck that. I get it. Blue State Rob clarified. I can't believe I was that stupid. Didn't want kids at the wedding. That's the clarification. Didn't want kids at the wedding, so he didn't come. Is he still pissed off? I hope he's over it. I mean, come on, you asshole. Kids, there's no place for kids at a wedding. No, keep your asshole. Because you know why? All kids are assholes. You're going to fuck up the wedding. I don't want you running around with the stupid diaper bag over your fucking shoulder, leaving in the middle of the ceremony while we're trying to have a fucking ceremony, and you got to go clean a shitty diaper. No. Are your asshole brats screaming hell or high water? Ah, shut up. Rob says, I may play this clip for him. He won't be over it. Yeah, your brother, you tell your brother he's a fucking twat. Fuck those kids. They're not even going to remember anything, dickhead. Weddings are for adults only, unless if the bride and groom say, we want kids there. It's their date, asshole. Unequivocally, their day. The two people that do not get any shit on the wedding day are bride and groom. Super important for the bride. The groom can get shit if it comes from the bride only. And then, I mean, the bride can say, all right, I want someone to lick my asshole at the altar, and it's getting done. That's it. It's their day. They need to only worry about each other. They need to be looking into each other's eyes. Most important day of their lives. Oh, my God. Don't let some asshole kid fuck it up. Dumbass. Good question. Kenny says, how do we get on this topic? It got on the topic because we're talking about Meghan and Harry. I guess, with their kid. Now, first of all, raise your hand if you didn't know. I didn't know that Meghan Markle was, I think doesn't she have like one family member is white and the other family member is black? So it's stupid to even bring up. Common sense would tell you that if you have a lady with beautiful skin tone, as she does, well, everybody's skin tone is beautiful, but you can just take one look at her and say, okay, she is a light brownish, no big deal, and he is a ginger, so he's pale as fuck. That makes white. Why is that even brought up? You do the math, dick. If she is half black and he's the whitest person on the planet, that means that kid is going to be Bobby Hurley. Is what the skin's going to look like. What a dumb discussion. So that asshole, Harry, fucked up. And, not Harry, William fucked up. I believe it was William. And then they published that in the Dutch book. And so it's been out like one day. And they immediately like attacked all the bookstores and pulled all the books off the shelves and recalled them to cross out the name. Her Majesty the Queen, Rob says, probably had a dinner discussion about having a brown-skinned person in the line of succession before she died. Oh, yeah, you know that they're all a bunch of fucking racists over there. It's not like it matters anyway because, he's the brother. The king one day is going to be this asshole William. At the end of the day, okay, none of this matters because it's the royals. This should be done away with in the first place. They should melt all the gold down and give it away to the fucking people and dissolve these stupid families, and that's it. Royalty. My ass. Her dad is white, her mom is black. All right. So that's what's going on. It's ridiculous. Thank you to the Grand Rapids Gold. They play basketball Saturday and Sunday, and I want to see you there. Get your tickets at grandrapidsgold.com. Great fun. Come see a G League basketball game this weekend. Saturday evening is a nighttime game, and then you've got Sunday afternoon. All the details, grandrapidsgold.com. I love the basketball games. Great action. Terrific athletes. And I cannot wait for this weekend as well with your Grand Rapids Gold. GrandRapidsGold.com for tickets. Thank you to Jacob Bennett from Excellent Installation, 616-318-0167. Buy your flooring yourself. Doesn't matter what it is. Carpet, laminate, hardwood, ceramic, you name it. And have Jacob Bennett from Excellent Installation install it for you. This is the most cost-effective way to install flooring professionally. 616-318-0167. Call that number, 616-318-0167. He'll show up at your house. He will measure the room. By the end of the day, you have an estimate that arrives in your email telling you exactly how much it's going to cost you. And you're like, that's not bad. Let's do it. They installed the flooring in my basement. They installed the spare bedroom, 2 spare bedrooms, and my kitchen. He says, easy. This whole house has to be flooring. It can't be carpet. You've got too many animals. I go, yeah, I know you're right. A little bit at a time, please. I still owe him a living room, a set of stairs, a hallway, and a bedroom. 2 bedrooms. So half the house. Anyway, Excellent Installation at 616-318-0167. If you ever miss any contact information on any of my sponsors, they're linked in the show notes of the audio podcast, or just send me an email on the Shoreliner Striping inbox. Eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I'll point you in the right direction for all of my sponsors. The last one of which today is the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No matter where you are in the U.S., you can get your mortgage from the #1 mortgage professional team in America. 231-332-6505. It started out, it was just the Lakeshore region. Now it's all across the U.S. Mario has offices everywhere. You need to call if you're setting up your first mortgage or your 10th mortgage. You've done this many times, or it's your first time. Or maybe you just need some money out of your home because you've got equity built up. You want to use some of it to pay something off. Maybe a new car. Maybe you got a medical bill, roof, home improvement, whatever it may be. Christmas vacation or a Christmas vacation. 231-332-6505. Mortgage rates are starting to thaw to some degree. In 2 years, you're going to get another mortgage anyway. That's much lower than the one you have now. That's the way you do it. Mario will be there every step of the way for no matter how many mortgages you need. Get pre-approved today by calling 231-332-6505. All right. Who is your asshole of the day? The Royals? Prince William, who is a racist, allegedly? How about that scenario where that poor old lady in the county commission meeting thought that she's never going to see her lovely grandchild again because of that fucking asshole, Brian what's-his-face? Who is the asshole in that one? Is it the son? It's got to be the son of grandma, right? Yeah. Rob nominates his brother. Bob says, asshole of the day, PayPal for taking fees. Parker Patrick is here. Hello, Parker Patrick. Good to see you. One day I'll show up at the gym again. I haven't been there in forever. Asshole of the day is got to be... what the fuck was her last name anyway? Doesn't matter. Brian, son of grandma. For making his mother into a total lush in front of the board like that. Suggestion, asshole of the day, PayPal for taking fees. Good thing to point out. Take a look before you send off your money for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. If you do send it via PayPal, there is a way, I think, Kenny seems to think so, and I think he's right, that when you send it, you can send it to a friend. And if you do it that way, I'm pretty sure it may not. I don't know. It may have changed. It might give you the option to send it in a way that they don't take a fee. But Bob says, no, man, it wasn't like that when I did it. So I don't know. All I know is that I've gotten 2 people donating for the Great Food Giveaway on PayPal. And PayPal has taken a few bucks from those. When Patrick donated via Cash App and nothing was taken out, and everyone who's donated on Venmo, nothing has been taken out. That's what I know right now. Thank you to everyone. As I said, prior to the show starting, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 people who've donated $1,842.52. I had 2 donations for $100, one for $150, one for $200, one for $50, one for $145.51. That was Bob's. Aaron sent $97.01, started as $100. PayPal took money. And then someone sent $1,000 via Venmo, putting us at $1,842.52 for Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. That means for the food alone, we have $2,843.08 remaining till we meet our goal to pay for the food. But we need even more to pay for the tampons. Okay? So I just posted it in the chat, if you'd like. And if you can only give $1, I don't care. That's fine. Every little bit helps. And I really thank the people who only give that little, because I know you're hurting. And that is just so sweet and so kind. And it's all anonymous, unless you tell me to talk about it. But there's so many people that listen to this show just in the chat alone. I mean, I never always make fun of how many people are watching my show live, which is usually just north of 40. But still, we could hammer this out with the 40 people that watch this show, let alone the number of people that we have watching or listening to the audio podcast. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. But on behalf of the people who will benefit by getting the free food and the free tampons and the food donations, pet food donations from Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance. Bob says, yeah, if I knew they were going to take the fees, I would have signed up with the other. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, now we know. Now we know. So I'll make up the difference. How does that sound? I'll make up the difference for the $8 between you and Aaron. I have yet to make my own, the Queen of the Forest and my own donation. So that will be part of it, of course. And off we go. That was a great, great day. Thank you, folks, for being part of it. It's always a great day with you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Till next time. I'll talk to you on Patreon. Sign up free, patreon.com/Eric Zane. And we'll do that a little bit later on. Till then, have a good one. Thank you, and bye-bye.